Hello, I'm American historian Dr. Jack Dempsey, living in Crete these days. And over the past 7 years, I've become close friends, like family, a brother to this man, Muhammad Jihad Ismael, an historian and writer of Gaza, Bala specifically. And this is his family, Dina and Lena, the twin girls, his son Jojo, and his wife Gada. Muhammad also lives with more extended family in, as I said, Bala. Today is Sunday, November 2nd, 2025, and I'm here to share something pretty special with you today. You see, Muhammad's closest friend, this man, the Gaza poet Saleem al Naffar, used to meet for coffee with Muhammad all the time to present his new works first to Muhammad, because I guess he wanted to go right into the mouth of the wolf, meaning Muhammad as a empirical historian, and Salim liked to share his visionary work to see if it would stand up the challenge to a hard-nosed person like Muhammad. Anyway, Muhammad has gained a lot of comfort since the murder of Salim and his entire family of 12 people in Gaza City in early December 2023. Muhammad has written this essay called Raise Your Glass High, My Friend, in tribute to some of the time over the years that they spent together. And you will find more information and the text of this essay on my blog. Muhammad and I share it actually. It's called jackdempseywriter.wordpress.com, jackdempseywriter.wordpress.com. And if you want to help in any fashion you can, Muhammad and his family to escape the nightmare and genocide in Gaza, we have a GoFundMe called Support Muhammad Ismael and his family and his children, Support Muhammad Ismael and his children at GoFundMe. We have reached 60% of our goal to have sufficient funds to do that for Muhammad's entire family. Come what may, we don't know yet in the Gaza territory. And I hope you'll take a minute to click the link in our description here to share whatever you can. You can't imagine what a bottle of aspirin means to this family. And to be able to afford that, they have no resource whatsoever except outside help. So this video is in honor of Muhammad and Salim and their common courage in surviving what is being done to the Palestinians. So without further ado, I'm going to read you Muhammad's latest essay about Salim called Raise Your Glass High, My Friend, and I hope you enjoy it. We hope you enjoy it. On December 7th, 2023, my friend Saleem al Naffar and his entire family of 12 persons were murdered by an Israeli airstrike targeting their shelter in a building in Gaza City. Salim stands among the best poets writing and chanting their words in the history of the Palestinian people. He was a gentle, peaceful, and tolerant person. He loved life passionately and dreamed of a better future for his 4 children. Over many years, Salim and I met 2 or 3 times a week, most often in the central area of Gaza at Delice Cafe in the Nuseirat refugee camp. Despite my lack of proficiency in poetry, I am an historian, Salim considered me his first listener and the first critic who should weigh in on his new poems. He once told me that he was confident of a fair hearing for every new work that he shared with me. His recitations in the cafe were like a special ritual. He recited his verses with reverence, like a monk or a shaman, with the steam of hot coffee and the smoke of his endless cigarettes rising between us. I would listen and savor the coffee until, eventually, I reached ecstasy. This is a sample of Salim's poetry. Knives might eat what remains of my ribs. Machines might smash what remains of stones. But life is coming, for that is its way, creating life even for us. In our cafe sessions, we talked about poetry, literature, and everything else in the strange life we lead in Gaza. We shared politics, sports, cinema, cuisines, our difficult financial circumstances, our debts, and our tactics for escaping creditors. We reflected on our struggles in life and how we each found food for our families. We kept no secrets from each other, Salim involving me even in his most private matters, such as the details of his romantic adventures. He usually had something to share also about wine. Salim enjoyed drinking wine and making it himself in his kitchen with primitive techniques. He did all this confidentially, as wine is forbidden in Gaza, and Hamas severely punishes anyone who gets involved with it. Salim's chases with Hamas were endless. He was brave, daring, and adventurous, challenging the mightiest risks for a moment of enjoyment in raising his glass and making a toast. He talked a great deal about his winemaking methods. He was always striving to expand and update his knowledge in the field. For his toast, Salim extracted nectar from grapes, apples, figs, persimmons, dates, and other fruits. I don't drink wine, but I could judge that he had talent in producing it. I was frequently afraid for Salim because of his wine's consequences. It was exhausting him financially, as he spent a lot of income on it and sometimes went into debt to pay for it. Worse, because of wine, he might fall into the jaws of Hamas and so face their violence, persecutions, imprisonment, or torture. This would have done Salim much harm both socially and psychologically. My last meeting with Salim was a week before our new catastrophe began on October 7th, 2023. We met at his home in the Nasser neighborhood of Gaza City, not at the cafe in Nusrat. We shared a delicious dinner prepared by his wife and daughters, drank coffee, went for a walk through the streets of Gaza, and ate kunafa from a shop. That evening, a strange feeling came over me. I saw the city sad, as if she were preparing herself for some disaster. I had no idea that it was the farewell meeting for Salim and for Gaza. We were in constant contact from the start of Palestine's new catastrophe until the day when he and his family were murdered. We checked in on each other almost daily, communicating mostly via SMS because the internet was often unavailable and phone calls were difficult. I kept up with Salim and his family as the food crisis intensified into famine in his Gaza City. He was updating me with new locations in their repeated displacements as they ran from Israeli tanks and bombing to one neighborhood after another. I feel nostalgic about Salim. He never leaves my mind, and I cannot stop remembering our days together. I hope that the Lord will grant him paradise because, as we believe in Islam, there forever flow rivers of refined wine. There, Salim will drink the best vintage for free, drink it happily and in peace, without fear, anxiety, or being pursued by anybody. Heaven's wine suits you, Salim. Look down at me from above the clouds. Show me your clear, strong smile, and raise your glass high, my friend. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for this listening that you've just done, and I hope you'll check out the other several pages about Salim at my WordPress site, jackdempseywriter.wordpress.com. You can see many samples of Salim's work that Muhammad has translated, working together with me into English. We get more readership for Salim's poetry all the time from around the world. And we hope you'll join that, as well as in the cause of getting Muhammad and his family the hell out of hell and thinking about what's happening to these people. Let us just say, sharing together the goal of justice, equality, peace, and freedom for the Palestinian people living in Gaza. Thank you very much.